This is Fusion Radio's Youth Takeover with your boy KC Jones and Flying B filling in for Skinny Boy D. See, our guest today on Fusion Radio is a 20-year-old producer and writer who has worked with many, 21, excuse me, his birthday has just passed, people, you know. But you know, he's a 21-year-old producer and writer who has worked with many in the indie music scene. His music fuses house with hip-hop and other genres to give him a unique sound. Fusion Radio's Youth Takeover would like to welcome the GTW.
Definitely thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, so for starters, for those of you who do not know Mr. GTW, can you please give a little bit more information behind where the name GTW came from?
The GTW, well, I go by the name of James King. My parents are from Nigeria. My middle name is Akanian actually, which means greater than wealth. So I kind of just took that, like, GTW and greater than wealth and just, you know, made a name out of it, so, yeah,
for sure. So, could you share with us the story about how you got started in the music industry?
How did I get started? Well, my cousin gave me Fruity Loops. And like everybody else that made beats, like, you know, I just started messing around with it. At like 15 years old, I was recording in my cousin's studio, recorded a mixtape in a day over Scooby-Doo sample beats. And then next thing you know, like a couple years later, just decided to take it seriously, rapping on my own beats and all that other good stuff.
Yeah. You have worked with many artists in the indie music scene, so could you tell us a little bit more about these collaborations?
I basically just collaborated with some friends, some cool cats. First and foremost, Saturday Youth, which is this label that I'm part of. Consists of Sonny Norway out of DC, who's produced for like Mac Miller, Phil Ivey, and all those other cats. Zip Justin Warren's produced for good people too, and Von Avery, who's a rapper in our set. Me personally, I worked with Peter Hadar, produced a track for him. He's an NY soul singer from New York. Phil Ivey did a track with him, the homie from DC. Fresh James from Florida, and I produced a track for Rocky Fresh out here a couple years back, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of major indie collabs going on here, man. Your first solo project is Don't Smoke the Cigarette. So for those who may not have known about the project in their collection, you know, what are they missing out on?
You're missing out on a mix of just fun music. All the songs that I created on there were basically just like fun songs I made, like, you know, in the presence of my friends. Like, I'll say this and like, oh, that's cool, you should just write that, you know what I'm saying? So, you're missing out on a mix of music if you like Latin house, if you just like hip hop, if you like soul, electronic a little bit. It's all there. So, yeah,
it sounds like just a great.
But hold on, I'm gonna shout out Rebecca Michelle, who was the female vocalist on that track. On that Sublime track, so I'm gonna shout out.
I was feeling that song. Shout out Rebecca Michelle, man. Yeah. She held it down for her, man. You know, so another one of your singles is Sweet and Sour.
Yeah.
So could you give us some insight on this single here?
Sweet and Sour. I was chilling with my mentor Braxton Holmes, who's a big house DJ. He was just spinning, like sometimes like he'll just we'll go to his crib to record and he'll just get to like spinning, you know. We'll be like, hey, we're trying to record, but he'll just start spinning for like an hour before we even record. And we're sitting there scared to tell him, can we start recording? So he was just spinning. Some fade line and something else, and then he spit this one track. What is that? He's like, oh, this. And he fixed the track up for me. chop it up, and I just like drop some raps on it.
Sounds tight. You know, when I hear the name see the sweet and sour, I think about Chinese food.
I love Chinese food. Yes, I love Chinese food.
So like that has just been a weird, like true story. You know, eating egg rolls.
Egg rolls, spring roll came on.
So let the people know where they can hear more of your music and find out about upcoming performances.
Everything is at greaterthanwealth.com. It is how it sounds, greater than wealth. I don't do like crazy spelling. Just so I just wanted to say it so people can just go straight there. So greaterthanwealth.com. I'm on Twitter at the GTW. Yeah, man, that's it. But those two.